What's good, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 5 best banks for personal credit cards. So, if you're interested, go ahead and leave a like. But we're going to be breaking this down, and these banks are actually open nationwide to anybody. So, anybody can get into any 5 of these banks. That's why I primarily chose them, and they're very good for personal credit cards. So, without further ado, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and let's get right into the video. As you guys can see, the first institution that we're going to be talking about is Citibank. I'm not sure why a lot of people don't talk about Citibank. It's a very underrated institution, and it's actually a very good institution when it comes to personal credit cards. They offer a lot of personal credit cards for beginners with no annual fee, as well as a lot of high annual fee cards that offer a lot of rewards points and Citi thank you points for you guys to use on travel. So let's break down some of their personal credit cards. If we click here on their credit cards, so getting to the credit cards, this is a card that I just recently got 2 months ago, and it was the first card that I got with Citi literally 3 years into my journey. I wish I had known about Citi when I first started because I probably would have built a relationship with them and got more cards. They offer a lot of good personal cards with good bonus miles for you guys to earn miles for American Airlines and Citi thank you points to be able to spend on hotels and flights. So honestly, it's very good for beginners to get into Citi very early. Most of their cards also have soft pull credit limit increases. Actually, I'm pretty sure all of their cards do. And all you have to do is go in the app and request a soft pull credit limit increase. So this is a pretty good beginner card if you want to start getting into American Airlines. And for beginners, they have a lot of no annual fee cards. The one that I would probably recommend is if you want to just keep things simple, go for either a Citi Rewards Plus card or a Citi Custom Cash card or a Citi Double Cash card. These are very simple. You'll get 0% intro APR for 18 months with this card, no annual fee, and the simple 2% cash back. So this is a great beginner card if maybe you only have one card right now and you want to get a second card. This is a great card that I would recommend. Same with the Citi Custom Cash and with the Citi Rewards. With this, you'll actually be getting bonus points, which I honestly prefer over cash back. So if you prefer cash back, go ahead and get one of these 2 cards. If you prefer bonus points and you know that you're going to be able to use these points on a flight or on anything else, you can get these points and it's going to do more for you than cash back. But yeah, Citi has great cards. Let's look at some of um, their Citi thank you cards, which means that you'll get a lot of bonus points when you use these cards. So with this one, it's a new digital special offer, 75K bonus points. That's a pretty nice card, Citi Strata Premier card. They have a lot of cards like this where you can get a decent amount of points. So the first institution, I would rate it probably like a 7 out of 10 is Citibank. The next institution that we're going to be talking about, everybody knows about this institution. If you don't, you're probably living under a rock, but it's going to be Chase Bank. And yes, Chase Bank offers a multitude of everything. You can literally just bank with Chase and you would have everything you needed because it's the biggest bank, I think, in the world. So if we go over here to their credit cards, let's just explore some of their credit cards. They probably have some of the best personal cards that you guys can get even when you're starting out. So one of the best cards I would recommend if you literally have no credit and you have like only a Chase account, I would recommend getting the Chase. Let's see if I can find it. It's the Chase Freedom Rise cards. Let's click on all cards. It's the Chase Freedom Rise cards. The only thing that you need to get this card is literally just have $250 in any Chase savings account, and you're gonna get approved for this card. So it's honestly a no-brainer. If you have no credit, open an account with Chase, put $250 in, and you're gonna get the Chase Freedom Rise card. And then from there, you can start building and get a Chase Freedom Flex, a Chase Freedom Unlimited, and then a Chase Sapphire Reserve and a Sapphire Preferred. So if you guys are going to be doing a lot of traveling, these cards are great because they offer a lot of bonus points. The one I would probably recommend if you're like not a super duper traveler, but every now and then maybe you'll take a couple flights a year, I would say get the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It only has an annual fee of $95, and you'll instantly get 60,000 bonus points when you spend 4K in the first 3 months, and that's pretty easy to do if you're going to be spending that anyways. And of course, there's ways to manufacture spend that. I'm going to be dropping some videos on that soon for you guys that are interested in that. But this is the Chase personal cards. Honestly, they don't have a lot of cards, but the cards that they have are really good. So I recommend getting with Chase early because of the 524 rule. If you guys don't know what that is, it's with Chase. If you have 5 cards in 24 months on your credit report, they will not approve you for any more cards. So I honestly recommend getting one of these Chase Freedom cards early in your credit journey, just so you can have a card with Chase, and then you can product change that card into any card that you want. So if let's say I got a Chase Freedom Flex card when I was 19, and it was like my fourth card. Then I went on to get other credit cards. If I wanted to get, let's say, a Sapphire Reserve card, I'm pretty sure you guys can just product change this Freedom Flex into a Chase Sapphire Preferred or Reserve, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure you can do that, but you won't get the bonus welcome offer. So I don't recommend doing that, but if you want to, you can. So Chase, 8 out of 10 with the personal credit cards. They are undefeated when it comes to personal credit cards, and everybody knows this. So go ahead and tap in when it comes to Chase Bank. Now, the third institution that I'm going to be talking about, it might be a little controversial because of the allegations that they had in the past and the fraud and the scams that they've had in the past. But honestly, they're coming into a new light, and they're doing very well when it comes to personal credit cards. The third institution is going to be Wells Fargo. And like I said, this might be a little controversial. A lot of people don't really mess with Wells Fargo just because of the backlash that they had in the past. But they're honestly moving past that, and they have pretty good personal credit cards. So if we go over here and click on their personal, go over here to credit cards, we can check out some of the cards that they have. View all credit cards. So let's break down the personal cards when it comes to Wells Fargo. Also great for beginners. They have a lot of new cards now that weren't here even just a couple of years ago. Like this Wells Fargo Autograph Journey card. That's a new card. This is also a fairly new card. I have this card, and it's pretty good. You get 3x on restaurants, travel, gas stations, transit, streaming services, and phone plans. This is honestly a very good card that I have, and I use it quite a lot. They also have other beginner cards for 0% intro APR for 21 months. That's crazy. That's a long time for 0% intro APR. And even these are very new cards. Look, earn $100 cash rewards when you spend $500 in the first 3 months. Literally, this is like a very beginner card that you guys can get when you're starting out with credit. I'm pretty sure they made this card to compete with Chase Freedom Rise card, because it looks like a very, very simple card, and you can get 4% back on gym memberships, salons, spas, select sports, recreation, entertainment, and then public transit, electric vehicle charging, and select thrift stores. This is honestly a card that is tailored to young people, now that I'm thinking about it, because gyms, salons, sports, recreation, entertainment, public transit, this is all things that a young person would do. So this card is very, very targeted towards a young demographic, and I'm pretty sure it's very easy to get approved for this card when you have money in a Wells Fargo account. So what does it say? Wells Fargo will donate $50 to Capital Link when you qualify for the $100 cash rewards bonus. And another reason I'm saying this is targeted towards a younger demographic is because of the low intro offer. Only $500 in the first 3 months. That's very low. That's like $160 spent every month. And if you're like an older adult that's well established with a job and with maybe a family, kids, you're spending way over $160 a month, way over that. So $500 in the first 3 months is very easy. You'll earn a quick $100 cash rewards bonus. and that's a good card with Wells Fargo to start with. Then you can move into, let's say, an autograph card, also has 0 annual fee, unlimited 3x points on a bunch of select categories. And then maybe you can move into their autograph journey card, which competes with Chase's Sapphire Preferred card, another good card when you spend on hotels, airlines, and travel. And then this is just a simple 2% unlimited cash back on everything that you spend with the card. This competes directly with the Citi Double Cash. So honestly, very good personal cards. I would recommend looking into the cards. They also have the Built card where you can get points on your rent. So if you pay rent every month, definitely get this card because you can get easy amount of points on your rent that you're going to be paying anyway. So these are good. I have honestly not looked into these cards that much, but they look all right. Signify Business Cash. This is a new business credit card. That's not the point of this video, but I'm going to be making a breakdown video on this card very soon because I like how it's looking. But that's the third institution, Wells Fargo. Honestly, very underrated as well now. They're dropping a lot of new cards. If you guys see, this is new. This came out like 3 years ago, and this is also new. This just came out. So they're dropping a lot of cards to compete with the bigger institutions like Chase and Citi. So honestly, I commend Wells Fargo for that, and they're coming up in the game. So Wells Fargo, I'd honestly give them a 7 out of 10, a risk to limit rating. So that's the third institution that we talked about. Now let's get into the fourth. For our fourth institution, I'm going to be talking about the GOAT, probably the best on this list is going to be American Express. Honestly, one of the GOATs when it comes to not even just personal cards, all types of cards, business cards, corporate cards, all types of cards, because they've been in the game for so long. Amex was actually one of the first institutions to start a credit card, and they have like a long history. So they started like right after the Diners Club card. I'm pretty sure the Diners Club card was the first ever credit card, and then Amex was like a close second when they dropped their credit card. So they've been in the game for very long, and they know how the credit card game works because of how good their cards are. So, and you can honestly start with them from zero to hero. You can be a beginner and go all the way to the end with just Amex, and they're gonna mess with you heavily because they throw out big institutions, soft pull credit limit increases, and once you get one card with Amex, you only get one inquiry. After that, any other card that you get with them, they're not gonna hard pull your credit at all. So Amex is honestly pretty goated when it comes to that. So let's check out their personal cards. Of course, everybody knows about the platinum card, the gold card. Let's start with their beginner cards. I would say start with an Amex Everyday credit card. Earn a quick little 10,000 membership rewards points for your first Amex card, or get a Amex Blue Cash Everyday. Another no annual fee card. Here it says your card. That means that I have it. So I do have this card. You get 3% back on a bunch of things if you see right here. And honestly, it's a pretty good card. So I would either recommend this card or the Amex Everyday card as one of your first cards. And then, of course, start getting into, maybe you can get the green card if it suits you more, the gold card, or the platinum card. So these are very good cards if you guys are going to be using what they give points back on. So if you're booking flights with airlines, this is a great card. If you're spending a lot of money at restaurants and supermarkets and booking flights, this is a top tier card. So these cards are great, and they have no limit. They're basically a charge card. You use these cards every month, and then you have to pay them back in full every month. So these cards are great. And Amex just has so many cards. The Marriott Bonvoy, if you want to start getting into Marriott hotels, Hilton hotels, Delta Sky Miles, they have so many cards that they're honestly undeniable when it comes to how good they are providing personal credit cards. Amex risk to limit rating, I'm going to give them, they're not going to get a 10 because they're not perfect, but they're going to get a 9 because they're honestly just so top tier when it comes to the customer service, the personal credit cards, the credit limits, the limit increases. Honestly, everything with Amex is high rated, and that's why so many people love Amex. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And probably it's the best institution on this list. and maybe in general, just they are the best institution in my opinion. So that wraps up 4 institutions. And finally, for the 5th institution, I'm gonna throw a little curveball at you guys. It's gonna be a credit union that you fuck with. So that could be Navy Federal. They offer high limits on all of their cards and soft pull credit limit increases. Or it can be Penn Fed. They offer high limit cards as well, but they don't have soft pull credit limit increases. So I would put Navy above them. Honestly, any institution that is a credit union that you like. So it could be a local credit union from like your area. Like I dropped a video on Delta Community Credit Union. They be throwing limits up to $50,000. So that could be you feel me, your 5th institution that you're running to play with, and it's underrated for you because not a lot of people talk about it, but you're in there building a relationship and stacking a bag with them. So any institution that you guys are building relationships with is going to be top tier when it comes to personal credit cards. They're going to throw you that bag. So for the 5th and final institution, I'm going to say any credit union that you guys like and build a relationship with, because they can throw y'all crazy bags if you do that. So if you guys enjoyed this video on the top 5 banks that offer personal credit cards, don't hesitate to leave a like. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because I'm going to be dropping more sauce like this every single day. So go ahead and subscribe, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace.